What's popping?
What puppy?
YouTube.
Did you?
Welcome back
Welcome back
to
to
Brother Vlogs.
the box.
Yay!
Yeah.
This is in central locking key and it makes this annoying sound while locking it. And unlocking, double sound. I know it's seriously annoying, and we are talking about a EV scooter here which is PureEV ePluto7g. The name is probably inspired from the Honda Activa 5G, 4G, 6G, and the design is inspired from Vespa.
Made by people from IIT Hyderabad. So there's a lot of hope.
But again, if you come to think of it, all the EV manufacturers, at least in the scooter department in India, are Indian based. OLA, ATHER, TVS, Hero.
The major companies.
The major
right?
companies,
Yes.
all these are Indian based. So
How will a small startup fare in the,
very big market.
yeah, it's a big market for sure.
I think Ola and Ather are way ahead.
Way ahead of the game again compared to all these guys, all these small market players, I would say.
But still, at the price which you're getting it, there are two models. One is ePluto and the other one is ePluto7g. The 7G costs you close to 93,000 and the base variant is close to 80,000. That's
So
still,
if you still ask me personally, right, even before we go into the positives and negatives, we are actually having a discussion here. That's expensive.
yeah, because the base Ola S1 costing you 99,000 rupees. First thing, the looks. It looks good.
Good in the sense that it is inspired from that retro scooters like the Vespas.
Like the
right?
Vespa.
Yeah, so
And,
it has a little charm for itself, right? It can carve its niche in that
And
sense.
it is light. Mind you, this is only 80 kg, 70 or 80
70 odd kilos, right? So
with the battery in. So it is extremely lightweight, extremely nimble for that weight.
charging accessories, right? You can take the battery out. There is another option of charging it
charging it
directly
there,
from here.
yeah.
So these are the two options. You remove the battery. It's a little heavy. It's 15 kilos, but you can actually take it home and charge it. That
I would say this is a major advantage for people who are living in apartments where you don't have a wall socket near you.
Yes.
You can take it home, you can charge it and then put it back in.
Yes. So a big advantage for those people who are in that apartment, right? Unfortunately, we cannot find any more positives about this bike.
There's an MCB switch to this and
PureEV, actually, they recommend that you turn it off when you leave the vehicle in the sun.
direct sun. And I would recommend, even if it's in the shade, turn off
Yeah.
the MCB. That's the best thing you to do.
That's a very, very strange thing, right? Okay, now this is a very, very strange thing, okay? To close the boot,
It doesn't shut. Press it here.
no, it doesn't. I
it doesn't.
Genuinely. No,
Doesn't shut.
these are basically design flaws, right? You press nothing,
You should
This
press somewhere
point-
in the middle.
and then it locks in place. Fiberglass, and they don't scream quality. The paint quality is bad. If this falls, I'm sure it's going to break into pieces. Let's talk about the switchgear storage regarding this bike. Again, this is where it's actually a little sad for me. Let's talk about the entire switchgear. You have 3 modes which is accessible from here. 1, 2, 3. Mode 3 being the most powerful mode. You can go up to about 60 kilometers per hour. Mode 1 you're limited to about 30-35 kilometers per hour, and the range is most in mode 1, least in mode 3. Mode 3 they're guaranteeing you 90 kilometers.
Mode 1, 120. That's quite
Yeah.
high. That's excellent.
Yeah. So as per the owner, he rides the bike purely on mode 3 so that he can actually zip zap zoom through the traffic. And the switchgear, this is where it shocks me. You have on the left side, you have the high beam, low beam, the horn, Activa wala horn, the indicators which buzz, and again, see, it's a little difficult to turn them on. Cancellation also, again, that's because the quality is still lacking. On the right side, you have the lights, where on a normal internal combustion engine, you have an engine start. There's another horn on this.
So they're basically two ons.
Yeah, you can honk from this side and this side. Why? And you have parking mode and the modes again. This is all. It doesn't have a distance to 0 on the present charge. The display, it shows you the speed. It shows you the mode you're in. ePluto, the branding of the bike, total distance it's card, and the battery. And you can't, basically with your experience owning the machine, you need to guess on how much battery this, or should I say the mileage this thing gives. cubby hole here. Again, look at this. I won't be surprised if this comes off. Oh yeah, it comes off. That's actually genuine reaction with me as well. I haven't tried to open this before. But
What can you fit in that? Pens?
Yeah, probably. But again, it's ideally.
Does your phone fit?
No.
No.
But I don't know. Whatever you want to fit in this thing comes off. That's very sad. It shouldn't ideally. And to put it back. Okay, that's back in place. That's genuinely stupid. I don't have any other words for it. Now the underseat storage, which all these electric bikes have a lot, you can't put anything because I can see the road from there. And on top of that,
So this means this scooter is not waterproof like the Olas and the Aethers.
no,
So the battery is exposed. If you remove the battery once,
and you can actually see rust.
you can see rust, you can see road, you can see everything underneath. So this thing is not waterproof for sure.
And what's more scarier is because this thing is prone to heating up, I would be scared to put anything which can either melt or catch fire or anything of such sort. Let it be your phone, your laptop, anything with batteries. I would not put it in there. I would be genuinely scared to do that. This, again, I don't know what kind of finish is this. What do they call this? Half rubber and half. I think this is plastic to look like a metal. It is definitely plastic, but this is actually rotating already, which it's not supposed to. Looking at the braking setup, I'm not very inspired, or should I say, it's not very confidence inspiring. But saying that, let's actually go on a small ride and see how does this thing behave, the road manners. So see you on the GoPro.
Okay, right at the back, what I realized is whenever I'm driving, this mode selector, there's a sharp pointy edge here, and my thumb is hitting on it, and it is irritating and annoying. I mean, you don't require two horns, the same thing. If the manufacturer moves the mode button from here to this point, I think that will do much better for the ergonomics. In mode 3, 0, let's see whether it can do 0 to 60 in a quick blast. Full throttle. No. So that's 30, 40. That's 50. Come on, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. 53, 54. It can do 60, but I think you need a runway for it. When it comes to the braking department, I am doing 40 kilometers. Back brake full shut. Nope. The back brake is completely useless, but the front has a good bite. That's because of the disc up ahead. So the front is decent, back is hopeless. Ow! See, that sort of jolts hit my thumb, and that thing is sharp. But suppose you're planning to overtake something and you pin the throttle, the bike takes a whole second to understand that you want the full power. That's when the bike pushes you forward. You need to plan your overtakes too on this, and when you start overtaking midway, you will realize that there is not much of power in this vehicle and you might back off. So this is a very mellow, slowed down scooter. I think it will suit a intermediate student who just got his license and needs to travel to his college, right? And it doesn't have much power. It will make you understand how the road manners are, because there's not much of power in this. There are not at all any gizmos on this vehicle. So I can only sum up this vehicle in this little short format because there's nothing much to talk about this scooter. Okay, now let's try to shift to mode 1 and to full throttle. There is nothing in this. Full throttle, mode 1, 30 kilometers per hour, stuck. And that's the good part of this mode selector. You can do you can shift your modes while in movement as well. So let's shift to mode 2. Started to pick up, started to do 40 kilometers per hour, and that's where it stops. Mode 3, again it started to pick up, it reaches 50 and goes slightly beyond 50, and I think it will take forever to reach 60. We are in a down slope right now. 54, come on, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. Stuck at 54. So yeah, the suspension on this scooter is not the greatest. It is again below par. When you go over a khadda or a speed breaker, everything on the scooter rattles and shakes. It's so light. But this mode selector, we probably have to ride it like this. But I am used to holding my handlebar as close in as possible. The leg room is also not the greatest. It's okay, it's adequate, but not the greatest to mount anything and move.
So you've actually gone on a ride with Srijan as well, right? So this is basically our understanding of the bike. To put long thing short, will I put my almost like 95,000 rupees on this machine of my own? Answer is no. Sad, but there is so much better which is already in the market when you compare to this with slightly more money than this.
I think PureEV they started good. Right now the generation of all the EV markets, EV scooters, they went up so much. There is a lot of potential to grow and try to undercut all the major manufacturers, right? For example, OLA, ATHER, you take the name, their top of the line scooters are 1,80,000, 1,70,000 give or take. And if PureEV comes up with a good scooter with little better quality and gizmos and try to undercut them by like what, 30,000-40,000, I think PureEV will have a better market share in the entire scooter lineup.
Well, again, this will have a lot of way to go for that to happen. And so far, at least what I see, what I have in front of me, I'm a little disappointed in the product. Should I say hugely disappointed in the product.